Well, Marcin, over here. First of all, congratulations on the victory. You've now given Alexandr Romanov his first professional loss of his career, so I'm curious, what are the emotions after a hard-fought win like that?
I didn't. That was not something I was seeking for to get his first loss. I think he's a tough opponent, and he's still his hype is still there, and I think he's getting to the top. And it's like I also getting to the top, so we just clash a little bit sooner than we're supposed to. And yeah, he's still there, and my emotion, more crazy about suffer so much in the first round and be able to come back in a second.
I was going to ask about that. The first round, he had a very strong showing, and then it seems like his cardio started maybe to fail him, and then you kind of took over. Do you think that's just you've been fighting for so long, you know how to maintain your cardio in these high-level fights? Maybe he just doesn't.
It's not like that's not something I'm planning. It's like really hard for me to give up, and that is it. That's why my cardio seems to be so good. And I didn't plan in this fight to have a guy on my back for the whole round. So, and as long as he was still there and he was getting inside, I know he's getting tired, and I didn't, all this wasn't a plan. I rather be a guy who wrestled with those top wrestlers. But I think this guy wrestled for a long time, and he was strong. I could feel that, so I'm quite happy that I survived there.
When you heard one judge scored at 28-28, what were your thoughts? Did you think you had done enough to get the decision like that?
I wasn't so sure. I wasn't. It's like I'm never 100% sure when the fights end. I never argue about close fight that I supposed to win, even though I'm lost. I'm rather the guy who goes there and try to get the finish. So when the fights end, I was just patiently waiting for the decision.
And this city, Salt Lake, has very high altitude, and a lot of fighters, the last fight before yours, it seems Leandro Santos got tired. Did the altitude affect you at all in there?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. Maybe, but it was my first time with Alexandr Romanov, so we're supposed to fight one more time in different place, and I would know. But yeah, I actually came to US like 3 weeks ago to adjust. We spent lots of time in the mountains to prepare. Come here early. Also did a couple of trainings here, so I think I adjusted well enough for this altitude.
And then finally, when do you want to get back in there, and what would you like the rest of your year to look like in the UFC?
The last fight wasn't so lucky for me. I mean, the one I got pulled off short notice, and I was more humble for this one. Try to focus on what to do, and I didn't think about it. Didn't search for names, Now where the fight is end, I will start moving on, but I don't have anyone or the date. As soon as possible, I guess.
Marcin, congrats on the win. A lot of back and forth, a lot of ebb and flow. What surprised you about your opponent? Because you had to make a couple of adjustments in those 15 minutes.
As I'm saying, he's a great guy. He's a great fighter. He's for sure he's a top 5 fighter, and he will be getting there because he proved it 16-0. Now it's 16-1, but 16-0 is big thing in MMA in a heavyweight division. I don't think there is lots of guys who achieve that in a heavyweight division. I don't know any. So yeah, in this I can feel his power, his natural power in this fight. He's very strong. And he didn't give up either, and I was trying to give him some opportunities in the second and the third round.
Excellent. And you did seem, you were focused and you seemed patient. What of the game plan were you able to implement, and what other stuff did you have to adjust in there?
My game plan was to not let him take me down, and I'll strike him. And I always say the plan is a plan. You have to go and brawl. I did, and I'm more known of the cardio than of my natural power. So even though he took me down in the first round, I wasn't already disappointed so much. I knew I have to stay there, concentrate, and adjust in a second.
Congrats, sir. That was a great performance. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.